This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'd like to be joined by rising Irish star Stevie McKenna today. Stevie, it's been a little while since we last spoke. How have you been, my friend?
Yeah, keeping good, Ryan. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you for asking. I'm glad to hear you're well. Now, you have got fight news. That's sort of why we're talking today. September 5th, you're going to be back in the ring after a little bit of time away from the ring. It must be nice to get that date and to be able to make your UK TV debut as well.
Yeah, it's great to get a fight date. It's been a while coming, so I'm fighting now next Saturday night over in Leeds in the production park. So it's great to be fighting back home. We were hoping to get back to America, but the way things have been heading, so I got a fight here. Fortunate enough that I have a great management team looking after me, and Hennessy Sports give me the opportunity to fight. So it'll be a good one. I'm excited for it.
Now, as you mentioned, next weekend you will be on that Hennessy bill on Channel 5. Channel 5 known for a big terrestrial TV audience as well. How good an opportunity is this for you to introduce yourself to those on this side of the water as well as you sort of advance your professional career?
Yeah, it's great exposure for me fighting back home. So I've made a bit of a name over in the US. Everyone's got to see me over there, and I want to get more fans from back home in the UK to watch me. So it's going to be great exposure for me fighting live on TV, and I'm really excited for it. I want to put on a show for everyone watching.
Well, Stevie, I believe you're fighting Chris Pilkington. Chris Pilkington has only been stopped once in his professional career. During your career so far, you've been blowing away everybody. You've been blasting people out of there. Is this about stealing the show and getting stoppage number 5 come next weekend?
If the stoppage comes, it comes. But I'm going in there with a plan and do what I do best. So if it comes, it'll come. But he's a tough guy, so we'll see what happens.
Now, obviously, with everything going on and the travel restrictions, we've got Freddie Roach, your trainer, won't be able to come out and he won't be able to be present. I spoke to Rachel Charles, someone you work with this morning. She said to me that Freddie's sad that he can't be there, but he has full confidence of you doing well in his absence. Have you been speaking to Freddie much during this time where you've been sort of training away from him?
Yeah, I've been keeping in touch with Freddie, so he's excited for me that I'm fighting back home. As you say, he said he wished he could get over, but unfortunately he can't. But I've been keeping in close contact with Freddie, and he's happy with the way I look and how I'm performing in the gym. So I'm more than ready to go.
Now, with anyone who comes from a successful amateur background and sort of starts plotting their way in the professional ranks, you've had to adjust your style a little bit, I'm guessing. How have you been finding that, and what have been the main changes you've had to make in this time you've been professional now?
Yeah, I've settled down my punches a lot more in the amateurs. It was very quick. It was only 3 rounds. I'm settling down a lot more. I'm hitting hard, so I am. So I'm huge for the 140 weight class, and I'm really settling in nicely. I've got great experience over in the US with Jose Ramirez, sparring with him. I was the main sparring partner for him, and I've been in with all the top guys over there, and it's brought me on really, really well. So I couldn't be in a better place. And now that I'm back home and getting more experience as well, I'm fighting different styles of fighters. I was doing a lot of sparring with James Tennyson as well over the whole lockdown for his fight. So I've got great sparring back here, and I'm really sharp.
Now, what I also saw of you recently was with things easing a bit and you're able to get back out to different gyms. I saw you down at the McGuigan gym. You guys were down there around Shane and Barry, Anthony Fowler, Luke Campbell, around those sort of guys as well. What was that experience like, and what sort of advice did you take off the likes of Barry McGuigan, who has very much been there and done it?
Yeah, it was great to get over there and see the gym with Barry. Barry came from my amateur gym back here in Monaghan, so it was great to get words of advice from him. He was a tremendous fighter, world champion, and it only makes me better hearing from him. You know, I take every bit of advice I can get from everyone, so it's good to hear words from him.
Now, one fighter you were around in the gym, like I mentioned, was Luke Campbell. There was a bit of a stir recently because you were asked by Sky about this Luke Campbell-Ryan Garcia fight that we are expecting in November. You were quite honest. You know, you've seen Luke in the gym. You sparred with Ryan Garcia. He didn't particularly like your response, Ryan. We'll come on to that. But in terms of that fight, now it is agreed. The purse bids were cancelled. It looks like we're good to go. What is your analysis of that fight, having a better look at both men than probably anyone else on the planet?
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight, but Luke Campbell has just too much experience for Ryan Garcia. Luke's a tremendous fighter, and Garcia hasn't really fought anyone of that level yet. So it's going to be an interesting one, but I can see no problem for Luke Campbell. I think he wins pretty comfortable.
Now, as I mentioned, Stevie, after that came out, Sky shared the story, We on Boxing Social shared the story. You had a message from Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia wasn't too happy with your assessment of things and the way you recalled sparring. In your own words, what happened with yourself and Ryan Garcia there?
Yeah, Ryan wasn't happy. As you can see, he put up a tweet and then took it down, and he started messaging me on Instagram saying that it was lying, that it didn't happen, and things like that. But he was just getting, he wasn't happy that he got beat up that day, and I didn't say much about the spar. All I said was he didn't want any more, but Ryan wasn't happy at that, and I'd love to get a fight with him. Like, hopefully in the future I'll get him. So I'd take the fight in the morning if I could.
Do you think that is a genuinely possible fight, given he may eventually end up at 140 and you're still sort of plying your trade? Do you think in the next couple of years we will see that?
Yeah, I think so. If he's still there, yeah. So I would love to get the fight with him. It'd be a fight that would very good for me. So.
That's a very big sign of intent quite earlier in your career from yourself. Does that sort of signal that when the big fights open up, you're not going to hang about, that you will go for them as soon as possible?
Yeah, when the big fights come, I'll be ready. I'll be waiting for them. So whenever I step up and keep moving up, I'll be taking them big fights and going for it.
No, Stevie, well, I've got you. I just wanted to ask your thoughts on a couple of matters away from yourself. Someone we've spoken about before, a national icon in your part of the world, Katie Taylor. We saw her at Fight Camp, another unbelievable fight with Delphine Persoon, just as good as the first one. Katie got the nod again this time round. What do you make of the fight?
Yeah, it was an unbelievable fight yet again. Delphine is a really tough fighter, and Katie fought brilliant. I thought she got the game plan perfect, and she boxed beautiful. She had to keep her off her, but she did a good job at it and had to trade when it was necessary. And I think Katie fought the perfect fight. Couldn't have did any better, and it was a great win for her.
People were sort of split either way. For a lot of fans, it was sort of between what you prefer, the volume and the output of Delphine Persoon and the more concise sort of work of Katie. Did you have her winning that fight from when you watched it?
Yeah, I had Katie winning the fight. It was close, but Katie was making her miss a lot. Delphine was punching, but she was missing, and Katie took advantage of it. But I had Katie winning. I had no doubt that she had won.
When you look back at all Katie's achieved in the amateurs, she's represented the Irish football team, undisputed world champion. Do you think she cemented herself as Ireland's greatest ever sports person at this point?
Yeah, definitely. She's up there. Unbelievable what she has did for Ireland in boxing. It's unbelievable. Olympic champion, now moving on in the pros and unified champion. It's unbelievable.
All right, Stevie, well, I'm going to leave the final word to you. September 5th, you're back in the ring. We're going to see a UK television debut. First look the UK fans can get of you as a professional over here. What can they expect to see from the Hitman?
Going to see an exciting, explosive fighter. So I'm going to go in there and do what I do best. I'm very excited. So it'll be a good one.
All right, Stevie, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck with everything. I'm sure we'll catch you after the fight as well, okay?
All right, thank you, Ryan.